Border Development Authority was established by an Act of Parliament in 2008. It was created by the Somali government to coordinate development activities in all border provinces and primarily focused on Sundown, Western, Manus, New Ireland, Milenbe and the autonomous region of Bougainville. However, this office was abolished in 2018 by the O'Neill government on reasons that it had lost focus and was not carrying out its mandated functions. The Cabinet then directed the Finance Department to conduct an audit of the BDA assets and liabilities, including its subsidiary, the PNG Maritime Transport Limited. The PNG Maritime Transport Limited was established by the authority under the Companies Act, with BDA being the sole shareholder. The Personnel Management Department was directed to deal with the human resource matters in relation to BDA staff. NEC Decision number 359 of 2018 also gave directions to the Department of Treasury to identify and allocate funds to meet the costs associated with the redundancy of BDA staff. These saw the BDA proper staff being still on the payroll from December 2018 to October 2019, when they were all paid off with their final entitlements. Unfortunately, 16 employees of BDA subsidiary, PNG Maritime Transport Limited, were put off from payroll straight after the closure of the office in December 2018 and were never paid their final entitlements to date.
Without pay for 2 years since late 2018 up to now. We still consider ourselves as employees because we have never been paid, we have never been notified whether or not we are still employed or we have been sacked or we have been placed. We have never been paid out. And so we still consider ourselves as we are still employees. Legally, we are still employees of the PNG Maritime Transport Limited and Border Development Authority.
The question is why pay all BDA staff and leaving them out? Although a subsidiary, the payroll and HR functions were all done by the Office of BDA, and these 16 do not understand why they were singled out from the rest of the BDA staff. And interestingly, their general manager was on payroll until October 2019, when he was also paid out his final entitlements with the rest of the BDA staff.
One HR, our general manager was paid together with the BDA proper people. Our general manager got paid out, and it left all of us, me and my brother here, all of us in limbo.
The PNG Maritime Transport Limited general manager, why is he paid and not his staff? You know, yeah. We want to see the logic. He is paid. You know, we are in the same office. You know, we are his boss. He is our boss. You know, looking after PNG Maritime Transport and the ships out there. And why is paid and not us?
The government departments tasked to ensure the process of abolishing BDA and its subsidiary and liquidating its assets has never settled these 16 staff.
Finance Department, the Prime Minister's Department, other line agencies, the State Solicitor, they've directed them to liquidate Border Development, PNG Maritime Transport. There's a specific direction. Okay, without following that, without abolishing PNG Maritime Transport Limited, they went ahead and abolished Border Development Authority. So there is a very big legal crisis here. PNG Maritime Transport was supposed to be liquidated. They were supposed to pay us out. All our assets were supposed to be sold out before abolishing Border Development Authority. While Border Development Authority was still in existence, they were supposed to do away with its subsidiary. Okay, that didn't happen. And so they went ahead, as soon as they abolished Border Development Authority, okay, PNG Maritime Transport still living in a dead animal. It's still living in a dead animal. So this is a legal crisis.
The affected employees, through their spokespersons, have knocked on the doors of these government departments year in, year out, to no avail. They are being continuously referred to different departments and government agencies, or just turned a deaf ear to the pleas of these 16.
I've approached the state solicitor's office, written several letters. I go there almost like every once in a month or twice a month. I go twice a month. Checked, I've given up 2 years. And so I have people suffering. We have 5, 6 dependents per family.
The employees have also had to endure hardships to access their super fund.
The super fund requirements are that when you are finishing from an employer, and if you're not going to work for a certain months or if 12 months, then if you want to withdraw, you got to present that letter, official letter from the employer. That qualifies you to claim your contributions or whatever it is. In here, it's like a double punishment. We didn't get our pay. They put our payroll without any form of salaries are not paid, and not entitlements are not paid, and super funds.
PNG Maritime Transport Limited owned 7 ships bought by BDA at an approximately 27 million kina, and that's where these 16 employees worked. Those ships are now rusting away on the seas of Madang and Port Moresby. MV Buka and MV Gloucester docked in seas near Napa Napa outside Port Moresby, with the latter almost sinking. These 2 ships have been vandalized and stripped off by thieves. MV Milan Base docked in a private shipping yard also near Napa Napa, and 2 former employees still live on it and provide security to this state asset, in fear of it being vandalized like its sisters MV Buka and MV Gloucester. They have also found shelter on this ship since the abolishment of BDA. Stephen Jolly and Andrew Sige, crew members of this ship, lived on after the closure of this business. In 2019, Stephen found a job as a motorman with a shipping company and left Andrew behind, promising to help support him with his basic needs.
Andrew, I got one opportunity of some and come, so by me larem use stop. By me larem use stop, look out in Melinda Atolls, now if I go walk long in Tangutama, and one blow way road low way, me look long. We can look out in Mitubla 110 now, online from Mitula place. So, we go start walk this bats, coming up now. And
Andrew stays on the ship and says he has a family in Ley and has been asked to return home. But he says he can't return without his entitlements.
Family belong Mr. Low day. Me family man too. Me got 5 black kids. All staff. All 2 family kids in Bagarap. Now all me plus staff. Now all family 2 staff or someone. Me play no sabe. Worry na think sorry. I'm come up Lord family blam. Also talk Lusim na ikam. That's what me talk. Me Lusim na come. Me must get some hard work when past time before me must come. Look me blah. No can worry plus staff. How you plus staff? Me staff or someone.
They still believe they will be paid.
me play no lose hope. Me play got hope that all management team blow me play. PS want them Dolph. I believe all is still negotiate yet want them all authorities. Long look long. Tap money must cut look save long. Me play usat all workman blow where me play pin look out them all assets blow and me play stuff.
With these state properties now slowly rusting away, experts also need to assess the risks these ships may pose to the marine environment where they are docked. Calls have been made to the PNG Ports Corporation or relevant authorities to engage companies that do salvaging to properly isolate these ships. For now, the 16 employees remain hopeful and will keep pursuing their matter in the hope of receiving some closure. From the 7 ships, 4 are docked in waters of Madang, while 3 in Port Moresby. And in both locations, former employees have found shelter and live on it, while at the same time protecting these state properties from being vandalized. Sadly, one employee, a captain of one of the ships, passed away while waiting for his final entitlements, and has left behind a family who is also waiting with others for their father's dues. EMTV requested for an interview with the Secretary for Finance, Dr. Ken Nangan, regarding this, as this department was tasked to head a committee to ensure the process of abolishing BDA and liquidating its assets was complete. However, the Secretary has not responded to any one of the messages despite reading it.